expanded account of the murders of Honey and Barry Sherman, delving into additional nuances, details, and speculation to create a richer narrative that explores the many layers of this mysterious case. On December 15, 2017, Canada awoke to shocking news. Honey and Barry Sherman, one of the country's wealthiest and most influential couples, had been found dead in their multi-million-dollar Toronto mansion. Their deaths, at first dismissed as a possible murder-suicide, were later revealed to be a calculated double homicide. The mystery of who killed the Shermans and why remains one of the most perplexing cases in modern Canadian history. As years have passed, the case has only deepened, with theories ranging from familial disputes to professional retribution. The Shermans' wealth, power, and prominence made them unique targets, yet the crime scene suggested a level of intimacy and precision that baffled investigators. This story unravels the threads of their lives, their deaths, and the still unsolved puzzle of their murders. Barry Sherman's life story is a classic tale of brilliance and ambition. Born in 1942, Barry's early life was marked by hardship. At just 10 years old, he lost his father, leaving his mother to raise him alone. This tragedy seemed to fuel his drive for success. An academically gifted child, Barry excelled in school and went on to study engineering at the University of Toronto before completing a PhD in aerospace engineering at MIT. Barry's career took a decisive turn when, in 1974, he purchased his uncle's struggling pharmaceutical company, Empire Laboratories. Rebranding it as Apotex, Barry transformed the business into one of the largest generic drug manufacturers in the world. Apotex revolutionized the pharmaceutical industry by challenging patent protections on brand-name drugs, making life-saving medications more affordable and accessible globally. Barry's tactics, however, were not without controversy. Known for his tenacity in court, he was embroiled in over 100 lawsuits throughout his career. This reputation for aggressive business practices made him both admired and resented within the industry. Honey Sherman, born in 1948, was a woman known for her warmth, charm, and dedication to her community. Born into a modest family, Honey worked as an occupational therapist before marrying Barry in 1971. The couple's union marked the beginning of a partnership that would define Toronto's philanthropic landscape. Honey was instrumental in their charitable endeavors, spearheading donations to hospitals, educational institutions, and Jewish organizations. Her social calendar was packed with fundraisers and community events, and she was known to host lavish gatherings at their Toronto home. Despite their immense wealth, Honey was described by friends as approachable, even humble, with a down-to-earth demeanor that belied her status. Together, Barry and Honey represented a blend of power and generosity. They were seen as a team, Barry the intellectual powerhouse, and Honey the compassionate, social bridge builder. The Shermans lived in a sprawling 12,000-square-foot home on Old Colony Road, one of Toronto's most affluent neighborhoods. Their mansion, surrounded by manicured lawns and towering hedges, exuded the quiet luxury of their status. Yet, behind the opulent exterior, a chilling crime was unfolding. On the morning of December 15, 2017, the Shermans' real estate agent arrived at their home to prepare for a scheduled showing. The house had recently been listed for sale, as the couple planned to downsize and move to a custom-built home. As the agent walked through the house, she discovered a horrifying scene near the indoor pool. Barry and Honey's bodies were found seated side by side, partially suspended by leather belts looped around their necks and attached to a low railing. They were fully clothed, with Barry in a jacket and trousers and Honey in a winter coat. Their bodies appeared staged, their legs extended in front of them, backs against the railing. The scene was eerily symmetrical, as if arranged to send a message. There were no signs of forced entry or an obvious struggle, though Honey reportedly had bruises on her face, suggesting she had been subdued. The house was tidy, with no evidence of a robbery or ransacking, adding to the mystery. Toronto police initially treated the deaths as suspicious but not criminal, fueling speculation that the case might involve a murder-suicide. This theory suggested that Barry, overwhelmed by financial pressures or personal turmoil, had killed Honey before taking his own life. However, this narrative was quickly challenged by those who knew the couple. character mismatch. Friends and family described Barry and Honey as devoted to each other. Despite occasional disagreements, they were seen as a united couple with no history of violence or mental health issues. Staging. The posed nature of the bodies was inconsistent with the impulsiveness typically seen in murder-suicide cases. Family outrage. The Shermans' 4 adult children, Lauren, Jonathan, Alexandra, and Kaylin, were vocal in their rejection of the murder-suicide theory. They hired private investigators to uncover the truth, expressing frustration with the police's initial handling of the case. By late January 2018, following autopsies and further investigation, Toronto police officially declared the deaths homicides. Both Barry and Honey had died of ligature neck compression, consistent with strangulation. This revelation shifted the focus to finding who would want to kill the Shermans, and why. Unraveling the motive, theories behind the killings. Business rivals. Barry Sherman's aggressive business tactics earned him numerous adversaries. He was involved in ongoing legal battles with brand-name pharmaceutical companies, accusing them of anti-competitive practices. Could a business rival have sought revenge? Apotex was also under investigation for alleged price fixing in the US at the time of the murders, adding another layer of intrigue. Family disputes. Barry's extended family had long accused him of cutting them out of their rightful inheritance. His cousin, Kerry Winter, and other relatives had sued him, claiming that Barry had broken a promise to share the proceeds of his uncle's company. Barry won the case, but bitterness lingered. While Kerry Winter publicly denied involvement in the murders, the family feud remains a point of speculation. Professional hit. The methodical nature of the killings and the lack of forced entry suggested a professional hit. The belts used to strangle the couple and the staged positioning of their bodies implied careful planning. This theory posits that the killers were hired to send a specific message, though by whom and why remains unclear. Toronto police faced criticism for their slow progress and lack of transparency. Key issues included delay in declaring homicide. Weeks passed before the police confirmed the deaths were murders, raising concerns about the loss of critical evidence. No arrests. Despite extensive investigations and the involvement of private investigators hired by the Sherman family, no arrests have been made. Person of interest. In December 2021, police announced they had identified a person of interest, but provided no further details. The Sherman family has been relentless in their pursuit of answers. In 2018, they offered a $10 million reward for information leading to an arrest. The family's private investigation uncovered evidence suggesting that the murders were premeditated, but even with this parallel effort, justice remains elusive. Despite their tragic end, the Shermans' contributions to society endure. Philanthropy. Honey and Barry donated millions to hospitals, universities, and charities, leaving a legacy of generosity. Innovation. Barry's work at Apotex transformed the pharmaceutical industry, making medications more affordable and accessible worldwide. The case leaves lingering mysteries. Who had the motive, opportunity, and expertise to carry out the killings? Why were the bodies posed in such a specific manner? Was the crime intended to send a message? And if so, to whom? The murders of Honey and Barry Sherman remain a chilling enigma. Their deaths, set against the backdrop of their immense success and philanthropy, highlight the fragile line between power and vulnerability. As years pass, the lack of resolution only deepens the mystery, leaving Canada to wonder, will justice ever be served?